Right now, as you watch this, missiles are flying over Dubai. Smoke is rising over Tehran. Oil is swinging hundreds of dollars in a single session. The entire Middle East is on fire. And somewhere out there, traders just like you are sitting at their screens and they are completely falling apart. Not because the market is hard, because their mind was never built for this moment. And here is what nobody in this space wants to say out loud. The Iran war did not create your psychological weaknesses. It just ripped every single one of them wide open so you can finally see them clearly. Because here is the brutal truth that most trading educators will never tell you. Every fear you carry, every hesitation, every irrational decision, every moment where your discipline vanishes and your emotions take the wheel, it was always there. The war just turned up the volume so loud that you can no longer pretend it does not exist. And I am going to walk you through every single weakness this conflict just exposed. I am going to show you exactly what is happening inside your brain right now, why it is happening, and what the traders who are winning during this chaos are doing differently. Because right now, while most traders are panicking and blowing up, there is a small group of professionals who are calm, positioned, and executing with surgical precision. The difference between you and them is not strategy. It is not capital. It is not access to better information. It is psychology. It has always been psychology. But before I go any further, I need to say something important. And I need you to actually hear this. The reason most traders watch videos like this, 1, feel inspired for 48 hours, and then go right back to making the exact same psychological mistakes, is because they treat psychology like entertainment. They consume it. They do not invest in it. They watch, they nod, they feel good, and then nothing changes. Because understanding something intellectually and actually rewiring the way your brain operates under pressure are two completely different things. One requires a video. The other requires something far deeper. That is exactly why I built the 7 FIG URE Traders Mind Vault. And listen, I am going to tell you about this right now because it is directly connected to everything we are talking about today. The Mind Vault is the most powerful trading psychology resource that exists anywhere in the world right now. We are talking about a complete library, the most elite ebooks, the most powerful audiobooks, built specifically to rewire how your mind operates as a trader at the deepest level. Not surface-level motivation, not generic mindset advice. The kind of material that professional traders use to build the psychological infrastructure that holds up when the world is literally at war and your positions are moving against you in real time. The traders, who are calm and executing perfectly right now during this Iran conflict, they did not find that calmness by accident. They built it, brick by brick, through exactly the kind of deep psychological investment that lives inside the Mind Vault. So check the link in the comments after this video. Now let us get into this. Weakness number 1. You confused confidence with certainty. There is a massive difference between being confident and being certain. And most traders have been confusing these two things for their entire career and getting away with it because markets were calm enough to hide the mistake. Confident traders say, I have an edge, I have a process, and I trust it even when I do not know the outcome. Certain traders say, I know what is going to happen. The moment Iran struck those Gulf states, every trader who had secretly built their psychology around certainty started spiraling. Why? Because certainty is an illusion that low volatility markets quietly tolerate. The moment geopolitical chaos enters the room, certainty gets obliterated in seconds. You thought you were confident because you had winning streaks. You thought you understood oil price behavior. You thought you understood how safe haven assets move. Then Khamenei got killed overnight. Crude spiked and crashed in the same session. Gold reversed 3 times in a single day. And your brain, which was operating on certainty disguised as confidence, completely froze. It did not know what to do because it had never built a relationship with genuine uncertainty. That is the first weakness. And the only way you fix it is by rebuilding your entire psychological foundation on probabilistic thinking. You need to get so genuinely comfortable with not knowing that you can sit in a position while oil is swinging $15 in a session and feel absolutely nothing, because you know your edge plays out over 100 trades, not one. The traders who look calm right now during this crisis are not calmer because they are smarter or more experienced. They are calmer because they made peace with uncertainty a long time ago. They stopped needing to be right about the outcome and started trusting the process instead. Weakness number 2. Your risk tolerance was completely fictional. This is one of the most devastating psychological exposures this war has created, and almost no one is talking about it. You sat in calm, quiet, low volatility markets and decided what your risk tolerance was. Maybe you read about position sizing. Maybe you did some calculations. Maybe you just told yourself a story about the kind of trader you are. But here is the critical thing. You never actually tested that story under real pressure. Real risk tolerance is not what you can handle mathematically on a spreadsheet. Real risk tolerance is what you can handle emotionally, physically, in your nervous system, at 2 in the morning when your position is down hard because Iranian drones just hit a US military base and the market gapped violently against you with zero warning and zero time to react. That is what real risk tolerance looks like. And for the vast majority of retail traders right now, this war has shown them something they did not want to see. Their actual risk tolerance is dramatically lower than the one they imagined they had. They sized up their positions because volatility was low, and they felt good. They took on extra exposure because their recent trades were winners. They told themselves they could comfortably handle a 5% drawdown. And now that the drawdown is here, now that it is real and it is happening right now in their account, they cannot sleep. They are checking their phone every 15 minutes. They are making impulsive decisions just to stop the emotional discomfort, even if those decisions destroy their position further. That is fictional risk tolerance collapsing in real time. And the fix is not complicated, but it is uncomfortable. You need to size your trades at a level that produces zero, and I mean genuinely zero, emotional reaction when you get stopped out. If you feel anything, anxiety, frustration, your size is too large for your current psychological level. It is that simple. Go smaller than you think you need to until the emotions disappear completely. Then slowly, gradually, build back up. Weakness number 3. Your identity became your panel. This one is quiet. This one hides beneath the surface. But the Iran war just dragged it screaming into full daylight. If you felt a deep, destabilizing panic when you saw your account drop during the initial market chaos from this conflict. If you felt like a failure as a person, not just as a trader in one specific trade, then your identity has become fused with your profit and loss. And that is one of the most psychologically dangerous places you can exist as a trader. Because when identity is fused with P&L, every single loss becomes a personal attack on your worth as a human being. Every drawdown becomes an existential crisis. Every missed entry becomes evidence that you are fundamentally not good enough. And in a market environment like this one, where a single headline from Iran can reverse your position in under 60 seconds, if your identity is riding on every outcome, you will destroy yourself long before the market gets the chance to. Look at the traders who are navigating this crisis with complete calm. Every single one of them shares one critical psychological trait. They know exactly who they are regardless of what the market does to them today. Their self-worth is completely, totally, non-negotiably detached from their daily P&L. They can absorb a massive loss and feel nothing beyond a neutral recognition that they need to review what happened. No shame, no collapse, no identity crisis, because they built something separate from trading that defines who they are. Your job right now, starting today, is to begin building that same separation. Your results do not define your value. Your process defines your professionalism. Those are two entirely different things. Weakness number 4. You never built a protocol for stress. Every elite athlete has a protocol for maximum pressure moments. Every surgeon has a protocol for when something goes wrong in the operating room. Every commercial pilot has a protocol for emergency situations. These protocols exist for one reason, because under extreme stress, the human brain does not perform optimally without a pre-built structure to fall back on. What protocol do you have as a trader for when the world is literally at war and your positions are moving violently against you in real time? If your honest answer is none, that is a massive psychological weakness this Iran conflict just exposed in the most expensive way possible. Here's what happens in the absence of a stress protocol. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational, analytical, decision-making part of your brain, begins to shut down under pressure. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. Your amygdala, the emotional fear center of the brain, takes control of your decision-making. And suddenly, you are not trading anymore. You are reacting. You are clicking buttons driven entirely by fear, desperation, and the desperate need to make the discomfort stop. You are averaging down into losing positions because you cannot emotionally tolerate being wrong. You are overtrading because action, any action, feels better than sitting still with the discomfort of uncertainty. All of this, every single bit of it, is the direct result of having no stress protocol. A real protocol is not complicated, but it is sacred, and it is non-negotiable. The moment you feel your heart rate spike, the moment you catch yourself reaching toward the keyboard to take a trade you did not plan before the session started, you stop everything. You close your screens, you walk away for a minimum of 10 minutes. You breathe deliberately. You come back and ask yourself one question before you touch anything. Is this trade in my written plan? If the answer is no, you do not take it. No exceptions. Not during the Iran war. Especially during the Iran war. Build that protocol this week. Write it down. Make it physical. And follow it like your financial life depends on it. Because it does. Weakness number 5. You are addicted to being right. Nothing exposes this addiction faster than a geopolitical crisis. Nothing. Think about what happens when oil spikes on the Iran news. You short it expecting a reversal, and it keeps climbing. A trader who is addicted to being right will hold that short. They will add to it. They will tell themselves they are not wrong. The market is wrong. They will search for news stories, for analyst opinions, for anything that confirms that they are right, and the market is temporary. They will stay in a losing trade that is actively destroying their account because the emotional cost of admitting they were wrong is greater, in their mind, than the financial cost of the loss itself. That is the addiction to being right. And in a geopolitical crisis like this one, where the news cycle changes by the hour, where a single tweet from Trump or a statement from the IRGC can move oil by $8 in minutes, being addicted to being right is not just expensive, it is lethal to your account. The traders making money through this chaos have completely released the need to be right on any individual trade. They are so emotionally detached from being right that they can be wrong 5 times in a row and feel absolutely nothing except a calm, neutral interest in what the data is telling them. Because they understand something deeply. Trading is not a test of intelligence. It is not a debate that you need to win. It is a probabilistic game where your only job is to execute your process, take your loss when the market tells you you are wrong, and move on to the next trade with zero emotional residue. Getting it wrong on a trade does not make you stupid. Holding a losing position for days because your ego cannot afford to be wrong, that makes you dangerous to your own financial future. Weakness number 6. Your patience was always conditional. You thought you were patient. Maybe you told yourself that story for months. Maybe you had long stretches of disciplined waiting during slow, low volatility market periods. And then the Iran war hit. Oil started moving $10 in a session. Volatility exploded across every single asset class. And your patience evaporated completely in a matter of hours. Because the truth is, and this is something almost nobody talks about, your patience was conditional. It only existed when markets were quiet. It only existed when there was nothing dramatic and obvious happening to distract you. The moment a genuine, large, visible opportunity appeared to exist, the moment you could see massive moves happening in real time on your screen, your patience collapsed instantly. You started seeing setups everywhere that were not really there. You started chasing moves that had already happened. You convinced yourself that this volatility was special, that the normal rules about waiting for confirmation and only trading A-grade setups somehow did not apply right now because the moves were so dramatic. That is conditional patience, and it is one of the most expensive psychological weaknesses a trader can carry, precisely because it always surfaces at the exact moments when disciplined waiting is most critical and most profitable. The traders making money during the Iran war right now are taking fewer trades than usual. Not more. They are being more selective, more patient, more disciplined, not less, because they understand that in a high volatility geopolitical environment, the noise-to-signal ratio is at its absolute worst. Only the clearest, highest probability, highest conviction setups deserve their capital right now. Everything else is noise dressed up as opportunity. Weakness number 7. You have been trading without a mission. This is the deepest one. This is the one that separates traders who build sustainable long-term careers from traders who burn bright for a year or two and then disappear from the markets entirely. When everything is collapsing, when your positions are red, when the news is overwhelming, when the stress is almost physical and you are questioning every decision you have ever made in this game, what are you actually trading for? Not tactically, not which instrument or which setup. Why are you doing this at all? What is this actually for? If your honest answer is to make money, that is not enough. It has never been enough. Because money as a motivation is too fragile to sustain you through the moments that this game will absolutely inevitably put you through. Money as a mission dissolves the second you are in a significant drawdown and the money feels impossibly far away. The traders who have built real careers, who have survived multiple crashes, multiple geopolitical crises, multiple moments that felt like the end of the world, every single one of them has something in common. They have a mission that is bigger than any single trade, bigger than any single month, bigger than any single market event. They are building something. Freedom for their family, proof to themselves that they can master the hardest game in the world, a legacy. Whatever it is bigger than the P&L, and it acts as an unshakable anchor in the moments when everything around them is shaking. If you are feeling completely destabilized by this Iran war, Not just financially but existentially. If you are questioning whether any of this is worth it, I want you to hear this clearly. The war did not create that feeling. It revealed that you have been trading without a mission. And building that mission, getting absolutely clear on what you are really doing this for, is the most important psychological work you can do right now. Now here is what I need you to understand about everything we have covered today. These 7 weaknesses: confusing confidence with certainty, fictional risk tolerance, identity fused with P and L, no stress protocol, addiction to being right, conditional patience, and trading without a mission. None of them are fixed by watching a video. Not even this one. None of them are fixed by a moment of inspiration or a burst of motivation. They are fixed by committed, serious, sustained investment in your psychological education as a trader. They are fixed by going deep, deeper than most traders are willing to go, into how the trading mind actually works, how psychological patterns get formed, and how they get permanently rewired. And that is exactly why the 7 FIG URE Traders Mind Vault exists. Think about what the traders who are calm and executing perfectly right now during this Iran crisis actually did to get there. They did not just watch videos. They did not just follow someone on social media. They invested deeply, seriously, in building their psychological infrastructure, the same way a professional athlete invests in their physical conditioning. They went through material that changed how they think, ebooks that rewired how they relate to risk, to losses, to uncertainty, audiobooks that rebuilt their psychological foundation from the ground up. That is what the Mind Vault gives you. The most powerful, most complete collection of trading psychology resources that exists anywhere. Built specifically for traders who are serious about becoming the professional their results are waiting for them to become. Not casual traders. Not traders who dabble in psychology between strategy sessions. Traders who understand that the mind is the edge. Traders who are willing to do the work that 95% of the market refuses to do. If that is you, and I believe it is because you are still here, then the Mind Vault was built for you. Check the link in the comments right now. Do not sleep on this. Let me leave you with this. The Iran war is one of the most significant geopolitical events in years. Markets are in chaos. Volatility is extreme and unpredictable. And the vast majority of retail traders are suffering right now. Not because they cannot read a chart, not because their strategy is broken, but because their minds were never properly prepared for a moment like this. But here's what I want you to take from today. Every weakness this war exposed, it exposed it for a reason, because you cannot fix what you cannot see. And now you can see all of it clearly, right in front of you. The only question that matters, is what you do with that clarity. Do you close this video, go back to trading the same way you always have, carry the same weaknesses into the next crisis, and wait for the market to expose them again? Or do you use this moment, this painful, uncomfortable, brutally revealing moment, as the catalyst to finally, seriously build the psychological foundation that your trading career deserves? The traders who make it in this game long-term are not the most talented. They are not the ones with the sharpest strategies. They are the ones who took their psychological development as seriously as their technical development. They invested in their mind the same way they invested in their tools, their charts, their risk management. If that is the trader you are committed to becoming, and I know it is, then you know exactly what to do. The 7-Figure Traders Mind Vault link is in the comments. Go check it out, make the investment, do the work, because this market will test you again. And when it does, you need to be ready.